Yo guys, what's going on? Let's create a course real quick using AI. I've created my own GPT, so I want to show you how I use this and how you guys could use it too. I'll leave the links down in the description, so follow along, utilize this. It's extremely simple. So I'm gonna assume that you maybe have some sort of skill or knowledge or some sort of idea you want to create and build a course out of, and this is what this is going to help you do. So let's just take, for example, let's just say I am a I don't know. Let's just say I'm a chef and I want to build a course helping, uh, let's just say people. I'm gonna actually let it do most of the work, so we don't have to think too hard. So I am a chef and want to help people become a chef. Help me come up. I'm just gonna put that actually. So I'm a chef and want to help people become a chef. All right, main promise. I help aspiring chefs master essential culinary skills and techniques using my step-by-step culinary mastery method in 12 weeks without the confusion and stress of traditional culinary school. Sweet. Milestones and modules right here. To achieve this promise, we'll break down the course into 4 main milestones, each representing a module. Each module will include stepping stones, lessons to guide the students through their culinary journey. So if you didn't know this, I created some content and I'm almost done with it actually. I'm building a course teaching you guys all of this stuff and how to build out curriculum and how to build out an actual info product that's simple, that you can get done in less than like literally 2 weeks and be able to have the whole outline done for you using AI. And I put this in my course called Monetize Mentor. So if you want that, you can join. It's a school community. It's completely free. I'm only letting 200 people in for free, and then I'm going to make it paid. So that's the milestone goal there. But I wanted to create these videos here on YouTube so you guys could see kind of my process and how I use it. But the way I do it is like I have the main promise, and then I have the modules, and then I have the milestone, or the milestones are the modules, and then the lessons inside of the modules are stepping stones to achieve the modules, right? Like, so for example, I see it like a pyramid. So you have the big main promise, then you have the 1, 2, 3, or 4 main milestones, and then you have the listed lessons underneath each milestone in order for you to complete each level, essentially, so people can progress through your info product. So that's what I have it mapped down for us. So the foundation of culinary arts, right? That's number 1. I make it so like it's progressional, so like no one can jump in and skip to like module 4 because they have to go through every single step in order to achieve the end outcome main promise, which is up here, right? So you'll see it laid everything out for me. So here's module 1, and then all the lessons and the key main points within each lesson that I need to make sure I cover. So it's more so like an outline, and you can fill in the blanks with what you know and your skill sets and your knowledge. Now you can tell it to give you more in-depth explanations on like, okay, lesson number 1, introductory to culinary arts. How would I teach this? Give me an outline to teach this lesson with these 3 main points, right? So you can go through and literally do that on every single one of these, or like maybe you're like, I want to include like this or this or that because I think it's important, right? But the way I do it is just like that. So I'll have these 4 main modules. I can literally use this. I'll take it and I'll put it into like Notion or something like that, and I can build off of it, or Trello. And I have this all in my course. You can watch me go along with that, but it also gives us the unique selling proposition. So it'll come up with one for us, right? Which I think is really cool. So the USP name is Culinary Mastery Method. Pretty cool. I make it so it's like all packaged up in a really good, nice packaged term. And then also the USB explanation is important too. So you can get a good idea as to like, maybe you would need to change it a little bit, or maybe manipulate it slightly, or whatever the case, right? So here's the explanation of the method. The Culinary Mastery Method sets itself apart by combining foundational skills with advanced techniques and a deep dive into international cuisine. This method ensures a comprehensive culinary education that prepares students for a professional career without the need for a traditional culinary school. The course emphasizes practical hands-on learning and provides continuous support through a community aspect. So you can kind of see that the USP is named something, but it's a process, right? That's intentional. So sometimes people have a USP where it's like their own unique invented method or like specific like little framework. But if you don't have one, then you can always take your main milestones. For example, like milestone 1, foundation, milestone 2, intermediate culinary techniques, module 3, international cuisine and flavors, and module 4, professional chef skills. And like the way that you bring them through those 4 stages is your own process. So that process could be labeled, and that label could be the USP. So a lot of people don't understand that. They think they need some like unique, like invented thing, and it's not true. You just need to like label it as something, as your own process. This is my blueprint. This is my roadmap. If you go through this roadmap, you're going to achieve X result. Name it something unique, and you're different. So difference always better than being better. Always remember that when it comes to coaching offers. So here's the step-by-step USP outline. And it just breaks down the 4 main milestones, right? Like I just said. So foundation of culinary arts, students start with essential skills, and then focus on understanding this, right? This is like your roadmap. You can use this for your sales pitch and for your internal marketing assets, right? For your VSLs and stuff like that. And so the lesson details here. Each lesson will follow a structure outlined to ensure comprehensive coverage. So introduction, brief overview of the lesson's objectives and importance, and then connection to previous lesson, right? Previous lessons, like each of them are succinct. Like for example, each lesson that you create should be following the previous lesson that you just created, right? It's really important to do that when it comes to going through the initial parts of the course, so you can set people up for expecting to go through it in a chronological order. Main content, right? So all the main content within it as well, you need to be detailed. Make sure it has good explanations, concepts, and teachings, step-by-step demonstrations and practical applications, practice activity. This one's really important to include in each lessons because you want them to have a thing to do so they can have some sort of external learning experience, not just from listening or watching the video. So that's really important. So this encourages active learning and skill reinforcement. So it increases retention and also their ability to feel like they're accomplishing something and getting things done, which is really, really important for students. And then number 4, you can offer this, but you know, if this is just like a one-off thing that you're selling, then okay, you don't really need to do this. But like if you had like a group community, which I do advise people to do, then you can offer the Q&A calls for people to show up to the calls and then go over some of the key main points in the lessons or something like that they need help with. Or you can just have them drop it in the group community nonetheless, if you're not doing coaching calls, and just have them ask other students, which is really important too. So I also make it give you some digital assets to include that you can have, that you can extrapolate on all of this shit too, by the way, guys. Like you can go deep on all this stuff. Like it's extremely simple to like say, okay, cool, give me like 10 more different digital products I can include, right? So it's just that simple. Or you can be like, give me one digital asset that I can include for each lesson, right? And it'll give you that because it'll make it congruent to whatever it is that your lesson is about. For example, up here, lesson 2, French cuisine. And then, you know, obviously it'll spit out like, cool, this is what you can do for the French cuisine one, right? It'll just give you different ideas for guides, checklist, tutorial, or like downloads and stuff. So here's some ideas that you can take. Kitchen safety checklist, kitchen tools guide, knife skills video tutorial, right? Like you can do all this stuff. It's really, really simple stuff. And you can even turn this into like, you know, let's just say best knives to purchase at the store and make it a checklist or something like that, like a grocery list or some stuff, you know, ingredient and flavor profile chart. That'd be a cool one too. That'd be pretty sweet. So these are some digital assets, delivery methods here. This is going to help you understand how to deliver this course. So you can have pre-recorded video lessons. That's obviously ideal for a course. Have live webinars for interactive sessions in real-time Q&A. So like if you have real-time Q&As in your coaching business, then you can record those and then drop them into the actual course and use those as some of the modules or lessons, even if it's on the same topic, right? For example, this lesson number 3, knife skills video tutorial, obviously, like why would you add that as a digital asset on top of the video training? It's obviously going to be like its own thing. Like you can make it its own thing. You can have a webinar on that. Maybe that's one of the main things that a lot of your audience really wants to see a lot of the time. So maybe you use that, take it out as a lead magnet, and then you go put it out as a webinar, and then you record that webinar. Then you drop that webinar into that lesson. Now that becomes the asset for that specific lesson in the module. It's really cool stuff, right? Like this is how you be creative, and this is how you become much more valuable and different than most other companies that are out there. Delivery methods, we just went through that. That's what I just did. So yeah, interactive modules, incorporating quizzes and stuff is really the most simple one, right? Or like worksheets that they can follow along with. Blended learning, combining a lot of these. So like ones, like you have a transcribed video that's turned into an ebook that you can give them. Then you have the video lesson. Then you have an audio file. And then you have a worksheet, for example, and there's like 4 different things. One of them they actually interact with and write through. The other one they can read. The other one they can just listen to. And the other one they can do all of them at the same time and watch it, right? That's really, really important. That's how you get the best success rate. That's like a plague in the info product space, is like people take info products and then they basically don't ever finish them. Like they'll buy them and they don't finish them because all the bullshit modules have like a bunch of lessons in it that's just a bunch of fluff and a bunch of shit. Like it's just ass. So you never finish it. Like that's a huge plague. So you always want to stay away from that. So you always want to make it extremely simple for them to complete. That's another way to do it. Okay. Community aspect here. These are different ideas you can do. So you can have that private forum, whether it be like a Telegram group, a school community with a specific channel open, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Maybe a text thread. It doesn't really matter what it is you choose, but having some sort of private forum is always like a good thing to have. It's a social media group. Like I said, Telegram, regular tips, updates, interacting with you as the instructor or whatever the case. Or if you have coaches on board underneath you, have them in there managing the group or whatever the case. Live Q&A sessions. This one's pretty cool too to always have, because like if you want to provide the most value, it's answering questions in real time, obviously, right? And talking to people directly. People like human interaction, obviously, but that's just one that's really great to have, just because you can also leverage that, right? So maybe you have a free group and a paid group, and the paid group gets the coaching calls. And then if you want the free group to get access to the coaching calls that are recorded, then you can, email them out to people and stuff like that, or use them as a lead magnet. Like watch my most recent recording of my group call where I went through the XYZ secrets on how to do whatever. And then people would get that. They'll see the interaction. They'll see the awesome community aspect vibe of your, program, and then they'll upsell into the main thing. So, you can always use that stuff. The cross-sell, upsell, and downsell opportunities here are also really important. So you can implement some of these things and be able to understand how to like make more money per each client that you bring on. Obviously that sounds unethical, but it's very ethical because it's very valuable for them. If you can cross-sell something that improves their experience, why not do that, right? So cross-sell idea here is specialized courses on pastry arts, like more like you can see that it's all about culinary stuff, but it's like specialized things that maybe you're really good at that you want to teach them. Maybe you're like expert in carnivore shit, right? Like you can teach carnivore to a T for people who want to learn how to do carnivore specific types of meals, which is literally simple, obviously, but you get my point, you know what I mean? So you can just have like specialized courses as a cross-sell. An upsell could be advanced culinary techniques or a masterclass series with guest chefs. That'd be actually really sick, because if you think about it, cross-sells are different things with the same outcome. As you can see, it's like just more specific to different types of the same thing you're selling. So as you can see, like vegetarian cooking, regional cuisines, pastry arts, it's all around the same outcome, but it's like specialized for a specific thing that you can teach them as a cross-sell. So that's important to understand. Like upsells are things that will improve, but not disassociate from your main offer. For example, like your upsell needs to complement the main offer, not act as something that they should have gotten rather than the main offer, right? So it can't be like, my culinary techniques masterclass 1.0 as my main offer for $400, and then upsell my, culinary masterclass 2.0 for $200, right? Because like it just doesn't make any sense. Like why would they have bought the 1.0 if you can get 2.0? Like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So you always want to upsell something that's also going to be complementary. So advanced culinary techniques or a masterclass series with guest chefs would be an additional thing that can be amazing, or like one-to-one experience with you, right, as a chef or whatever in real time, like, or maybe direct access to a call, or maybe like a package of one-to-one calls that you can sell as a one-off thing, upsell, that I've done before, and that works really well too. There's different unique things you can try. And then the downsell here. So beginner's course focusing solely on basic cooking skills. So like I said, just like the upsell needs to complement the main offer, the downsell can't take too much away from the main offer either. So the downsell needs to be just a simplified version of the main offer. And maybe you can just do the same thing as the main offer, but excluding all of the, support aspect of having the community and stuff like that, which I've seen work really well too, as like you see a lot of the free groups tend to be. So maybe your free group is like a trial group for 2 weeks and then it's paid and it's still, or maybe it's still free, but they can see all the coaching calls happening and there's a chat, but it's only a free chat. Like there's not actual paid students in there. There's not certain channels in there. And that can be like your downsell. You can turn something like that into like some sort of a paid thing, and maybe like a one-off payment for like a 12-month, access to this thing. And maybe it's just the community, but not the course. Like for example, maybe you do have your paid community and it's like $47 a month, right? So $47 a month, and you extrapolate that across 12 months. Obviously, I can't do quick math right now, but it's a couple $100, right? So maybe you do a discount on 50% off. Maybe you can pay half of that and get 12-month access, but there's like portions of the course like aren't there or accessible to them unless they paid full price, right? So it's still a downsell, but it's still like not taking too much away from the main offer, but enough to where it's still worth it, right? There's certain techniques there that you can use, but then the value stack is also really cool. So the main course, Culinary Mastery Method, right? Like that's the main thing. 4 modules, 16 lessons total, digital assets, checklist guides, tutorials and charts, community access. It's just giving you like overall, like all the things that could be included. And you can go even deeper on all of this stuff too and extrapolate, like I said. But like something I want to show you real quick is like, okay, now create a digital asset for each lesson. And it'll do that. It's going to go through each of the lessons now and create the format and what the thing is. It's pretty sick. Now I can do the same thing and go through like how should I price it? Like what should I price this whole thing at? So I can take the value stack and create a value pricing breakdown so I know how much to sell it for. Please include all of the added bonuses and digital assets as added value to the value stack. This is really important too, because anything that you can take out and use, like these digital assets that you can literally take out and sell as a bundle itself, essentially for a low ticket as lead magnet bundle or something like that, that's really valuable, and then upsell them into the main program. You can do that. And I want to use it to my advantage on the value stack, because if those are extremely valuable, then I want to add that into what they're going to get from the actual program itself, right? So I'm going to have the ChatGPT do that for me. So let's see what it does. Okay. So it just gives me the overall pricing that it's putting on, and as far as a value goes. So it's giving me like grand total value is $1,585. Suggested pricing, basic package, main course, but digital assets. So it's giving me like different strategies. So I want to simplify this and sell it, sell the course plus community plus assets as a bundle. One-time offer. Please create a, shit, I can't see underneath this. Here we go. Please create a value stack with a simple, I'm going to create a simple value stack with the asset how much it's worth, and then a grand total value with a discount, one-time offer that they can buy it for today. See if it does it now. I like that. So it's literally stacking up all of these digital assets from each lesson. Grand total value, $800 course, $385 digital assets, $400 community access, grand total $1,585. Maybe I want it to seem a little bit higher than that. It seems a little bit low, right? So I want you to restructure the pricing however you see fit in order for the grand total to equal over $10,000. But that'd still be pretty good, like 50% or a little bit over 50%, 75% off, or 60-ish% off to equal $500 that they can get all of this for if they did keep all the pricing the same. But if I want it to be more expensive and I want to sell it as like a higher ticket thing and it's much more valuable than that, then I can tell it what I just told it, right? Like make everything worth over like for $10,000, because it's worth what you think it's worth, really. But at the end of the day, if the outcome that they're going to get is one, if the outcome that they're going to get is extremely valuable to them, which it obviously is if they're buying this, and you can't put like a number to it, then whatever you think like 1/10 of the value of the thing that you're selling is, that's how much you should really be charging for it. So if you think like going through this thing is worth $100,000, then cool, I can charge $10K for it because I think your ROI is going to be 10 times that, right? Obviously it might not be directly correlated to money as an outcome. Maybe it's fitness, right? So maybe you can break it down like, okay, the outcome of being able to lose 30 pounds and fit into your better clothes or whatever is worth a certain price to that person. But then you can also break it down by the actual facts, right? Where it's like, well, how much would this cost someone to go learn all by themselves? Stack up all that and then be able to take about 1/10 of that price and then apply it to this. Or you can just ask ChatGPT, like, what's a competitive pricing that's a really good offer to charge for this if I want to do a higher ticket, right? You can literally just ask it that. It's literally here to be your helper. So I just broke it down for the high ticket stuff here, making everything a little bit more expensive, obviously. So obviously this is kind of ridiculous. So like recipe book being $250, like it's kind of ridiculous. Maybe that's what it's worth though, who fucking knows, right? But then special time offer being $1,000, total value being $10,000. So like, yeah, this could be something solid. Maybe these digital assets that we're stacking on a lot of this revenue on, maybe this is like, maybe we create these to sound like they're extremely jam-packed, and maybe they are. Maybe however you create them, maybe they are. Now what I can do too is go even further now and say, I'm going to take this digital asset and build an outline that will guide the reader through to achieve the result of, what was the one I just did? The result that it promises. I'm just showing you guys now, like you literally have the whole offer there. You have the whole curriculum, you have the offer, your USP, you have the digital assets. Like you can go out and build all this shit now, and you can use ChatGPT to help you do it. So for example, I just said, take this digital asset and build an outline that will guide the reader through to achieve the result that it promises. Kitchen tools, identification, and usage guide. So it's going to give me that. Introduction, objective, importance, structure, right? Section 1, cutting tools, chef 9, blah, 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 blah. Section 2, preparing tools, blah, 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 blah. You can take all this and then have it extrapolate on that even more and just go copy and paste this shit into a Google Doc and then download it as a PDF. As long as it's good and you can actually say like, yeah, I think someone reading this would actually get benefit from it, like then you're good. You have a solid thing. Takes literally 10 minutes to do all of, you can do all of these digital assets here in less than a day if you just sit down and do it real quick. Like it's that simple. And then you have a ton of assets that you can add, and then you can do the same thing for the actual lessons itself. So let's go back to the lessons. Scroll up here. So I'm going to take lesson 1, Italian cuisine. I'm going to make sure I include, because it'll remember the memory if you just say like, okay, now go to lesson 1 for module 3. I need you to create the outline for the entire course lesson. So I am taking lesson 1, module 3, and I want to create an outline for the lesson so I can create the training for the course. And then I'll say, please create a fully descriptive and fluid outline that will help me create a lesson that will 100% deliver the promised outcome of that lesson. You always want to say that because you always want to make sure it guides you through to create that actual lesson to like achieve that result, you know? So now it'll give me the entire lesson. Like I can literally copy paste this into ChatGPT or a Google Doc and then fill in the blanks and then create it completely done, like literally for you here. So it like literally gives you all of this shit. So Italian cuisine, let's see, key ingredients to Italian cuisine, essential Italian cooking techniques, recipes and practical applications, pasta, risotto, pizza. Maybe you have a different one that you like the most and maybe you can add that in there. It doesn't matter, right? And the digital asset, like we already discussed, that's included in there. And then practice activity. You can choose, like this is more of an outline, right? Like you don't want to just copy paste this and say, cool, I'm done. I'm going to record the course now. Like go through it and make sure it's good. Like make sure it's something that you would actually build around. Maybe you have to add some stuff. Maybe you have to take some stuff away, right? So you always want to go through it and understand like what you can do to make it better or take things away to not have it be too confusing, right? But hopefully this is helping you out because ultimately what we have here is a ChatGPT that you can utilize. Like literally this all came from me asking this. I'm a chef and want to help people become a chef. Like how dumb and simple is that? And maybe I just change this up and I'm going to just, it's all going to erase obviously, but maybe I just do, I'm a coach in fitness, but I don't know where to start. Like you can literally be as straightforward as possible. Cool. So it's going to give you like a customized fitness plan that you can create for a specific person. But maybe you're like, maybe I want to work with, I want to work with, I want to help busy moms. That's like my ideal person. Busy moms who are overweight after having a baby. Like that's who I ideally want to work with, right? Maybe that's you. I don't know. But if you tell it, the more like stuff you can give it, the better it's going to do, right? So as you can see here, it's just going to give you like literally what that's fit for. So Mommy Fit Formula, that's a pretty solid package name, right? Like this stuff's pretty sick. Mommy Fit Formula, the busy mom's path to postpartum fitness and energy. Like that is fucking crazy good. This is sick. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I spent some time on this. I literally trained it for about 2 days straight to just give me the perfect shit. Like I've went back and forth from it like several times to just spit out what I need, because I do this on a daily basis to help other people, right? So hopefully it can help you out too. So it goes through literally all of it. And like I said, just extrapolate on all of it. If you don't know what that means, it just means like take each part out of this. And if you don't know how to fill in the blanks, then tell ChatGPT to fill in the blanks for wherever you're missing information. Because all you need is this outline. You need to understand how the modules flow to achieve that main promise. This is all it is, right? You have a main promise that you're going to provide as an outcome for someone who wants that outcome. That's the outcome that people want, right? They want to lose their baby weight and regain their energy using your formula in just 12 weeks without the biggest pain, spending hours at the gym. Structured it specifically like that. I help X person do X with Y, and then in a time without big pain. Like that's the main outline. So that is the main promise. The modules are milestones that are steps to get there, big steps, big transition, big identifiable points of progression towards that big promise that they're going to achieve. And then the lessons inside of each lesson or each module are the stepping stones to achieve that module, right? So you have it all here. It's all here. Now you just need to like go in, fill in the blanks, create the actual curriculum that you would teach with the thing, and it'll help you do that, right? Like I can tell it to like help me outline lesson 1 in module 1 so I can create the course video training. Like, guys, it's so dumb simple. This stuff is, so many people overthink this shit, right? Boom. Like, look how clean it is. Understanding your why. So if we go up to lesson 1, module 1, understanding your why, like it remembers what you say and what it gives you. Okay. So objective, help participants identify their personal motivations for losing weight and set realistic, achievable fitness goals. Like this stuff can't get simpler, guys. Like really, I just really can't. And then identify, like it literally sets you up for success here. So you can go and literally take all this, go put it into a Google document, edit it, take out things, implement new things, do whatever you need to help you make it more clear and easy. And then do this for each of them. And then all of a sudden you record all of them however you want to. It could be talking head, no visuals on screen, right? Or maybe you can do a screen share and walk through the document. Or you can do some sort of other thing, like a whiteboard on the fucking wall or whatever else you want to do. Like it really doesn't matter. Like just choose something, right? And then record it. The way I like to do it is to have a Google Doc, just because it's easier for me to record a video on. But nonetheless, like it's extremely simple to just record. If you're good on camera and you can remember this shit and you don't need like anything, maybe you just need a script or something, then do that, right? Like it doesn't need to be anything extremely crazy, but I will let you know that doing like a presentation, like a presentation is always much easier than like whether that be just a Google Doc with the whole outline that you're going to teach them and walk them through. That is most easy for you and also very, very easy to learn from your students, which is a really, really good way that I would go about doing it if you've never done this before. But if you have like a huge production team, stuff like that, and you have like a big YouTube channel or something, then I would just, maybe do a side-by-side and have like the main points, like an actual presentation, like you would a YouTube video, essentially with like actual graphics, animations, and like very, very explanatory types of definitions and examples and certain animations or whatever that you can use to like elaborate on each point a little bit more. I would definitely do that, only because, it'll just stick with your brand. But I would let you know too, like even if that is you, you're probably gonna be better off just doing it simply as a Google Doc, to be honest with you, because it's more raw, it's more real. You can just talk to people like I'm talking to you here, just sharing screen. Like it's just more real. Like you're actually feeling like you're there with them, they're helping you. And it's just better, I think, in my opinion. But hopefully you guys like this. I want you guys to follow along with this. Like I said, go down in the description box if you want to join the community. It's called Monetize Mentor. It's going to be strictly for experts creators, influencers who want to build their own e-learning company, like a real one, not just digital products that are, private labeled rights, like PLR products and MRR products, like master resale rights. Like that shit is not what I teach at all. It's not at all what I advise anyone to go with. You can use some of the PLR type products to add more of a value to these courses that we can build here, but like ChatGPT could build all that shit for you. You don't need to go buy PLR products or any of that bullshit. I think it's all a bunch of scammy stuff anyway. It's not even valuable regardless. So don't take the easy road that literally won't lead you anywhere. Create your own products that you can keep and retain forever, that you feel confident about selling. And that's what this entire community is supposed to be about. So it's going to be free for the first 200 people. It's brand new. Just created it. So go down, join the community. Can't wait to see you there. But I'm going to create some more videos like this. Let me know what you liked and didn't like about this video. I know it's a little bit long, but it's super helpful too. So I'll give you the link to the GPT that you can go use for yourself. And I'll also create or drop the link for you to go and join the community. And in there, hopefully we can just have a ton of killers that just want to grow and scale. So yeah, if that's you, great. I'll see you there soon. And I go live every Wednesday too. So I'm going to go live on Wednesdays to help you and answer questions and just answer anything inside the chat as well. But yeah, join the community. There's going to be a free course that's literally worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. We've generated millions of dollars for our clients as an agency, helping them build out their stuff and launching, their products and stuff through social media. So we've been responsible for generating millions of dollars, and I just created the course around it. It's not easy, guys. It's really not easy at all. Like, I want to let you know that right now. It's definitely not easy, but if you put in the work to actually do it and do it the right way with my help, I promise you, you will get results. Now, I can't say what those results could really be because it's all determined based on your work ethic and how much you put in, but promise you, you will get results if you follow it the way I teach you and also have a good work ethic to actually get shit done. So if that's you, can't wait to see you inside. Let's keep crushing the baby. I'm excited to see you. But let me know also in the description, or came and talk today in the comments if you want to see any of this a little bit more in depth or something different as well, like VSL scripting structure that I've created, or structures on how to create the best lead magnet assets and stuff like that. Like, I'm very solid with ChatGPT, and I don't use it just as a copy paste to like create shit for me. I get the outline and I get the prompting that I need to be able to help my brain work better so I can create the thing, like a worksheet essentially, right? Like I tell ChatGPT to give me things like this, to give me like a good outline for things like it'll tell me to plug in. Like, these are the main points to write about. Cool, I can write about that, right? Like, and then maybe I can write that up and be like, hey, I just wrote this for this lesson. Help me refine it to make sure it's fitting. Like, is there anything you would add or take away, right? I would use GPT as like your personal helper, It's like a part of your brain. Don't use it to replace yourself. Use it to enhance your brain and how you go about doing things. That's how you use this stuff. A lot of people get it wrong. A lot of people think that, AI is going to create all my shit for me. And, it's going to be hard to sell because I don't know what I'm selling. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, use it to help you create better shit faster. Like, that's what it's for. So that's what I did here. Hopefully you guys like it. I'll see you soon. Hopefully you guys can implement this and get some good value from it. Let me know. And also too, like, if any of you guys are good at social media and like short form type stuff, please let me know like what style or similar structure you think would be beneficial for you. Cause like how I want to do it is like creating stuff like I'm doing here, but short form wise, I don't know. Yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are. I would definitely love some help on the short form stuff, just because, I'm not an extreme expert when it comes to that. My stuff's digital marketing and offers, funnels, ads and whatever, but organic marketing is just not my thing. So if any of you want to help, I'll see you in the free community and we'll chat it up. But take care, guys. I'll see you soon.